We're on to the Hollywood review of this week. That's The Giver.
From great suffering, great pain, came a solution. Communities, where disorder became
Based on Louis Lowry's young adult novel of the same name, The Giver centers on Jonas, a young man who lives in a seemingly ideal, if colorless world of conformity and contentment. Yet, as he begins to spend time with the Giver, who is the sole keeper of all the community's memories, Jonas quickly begins to discover the dark and deadly truths of his community's secret past. With this newfound power of knowledge, Jonas knows that he must escape this seemingly utopian world to protect himself and those he loves most.
Well, this is what you would call a social science fiction as against a pure science fiction, which is so much about technology and fantasy. A social science fiction looks at societies very closely in an imagined world. A good example of the genre would be Hunger Games. Well, to me as a genre, I find it far superior to, say, movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, to be honest with you. Fahad.
Oh, completely. But this is an entirely different genre of dystopian young adult novels, which, Louis Lowry wrote this novel 21 years ago. And Jeff Bridges has been trying to get this made into a film for the past 2 decades. He wanted this as to make this for his father, Lloyd Bridges, but he couldn't get it greenlit by any studio for all these years. In the interim, you've had all these films like The Hunger Games, like Divergent, and they set the bar so high in terms of action, in terms of all this teenage angst, dystopia, as we discussed. And so finally this film got greenlit. But I think it's come too late. And, Louis Lowry herself borrowed from people like Aldous Huxley and, Ray Bradbury and all these other authors. So I think this film really falls between two stools for that reason, because it's neither here nor there. I think it's just was a trailblazer at one point, at another time it was a pastiche, and perhaps that is the real problem with the film that I have.
Right. Well, of course, given that we're still on the ideas part and the entire 1984 business of George Orwell, and here we have, instead of the big brother, we have big sister, that's Meryl Streep. That's the first scene that I saw, and it's like, whoa, this is a nice looking dystopia they've built. And as an idea also, or as a concept, if you look at it, Fahad, here we are looking at, in order to erase war, you also need to erase love and passions of all kinds. And I think that's very well explored. But of course, in terms of the plotting, in terms of the storyline, and in terms of the novelty now, as you rightly put it, clearly it's not as enticing as it should have been.
Exactly, and I think this is the problem. In the original novel, the character was 12 years old. Jonas is a 12-year-old boy. Here they need to cater to that young adult genre. That they've got Taylor Swift, for God's sake, in a blink and miss cameo, because she's a product placement just to cater to that demographic. And that's the problem with this film, really. You've got Meryl Streep in a long grey wig, being a hologram half the time. You've got Jeff Bridges playing Jeff Bridges. I mean, for me, he will always be the dude from The Big Lebowski. I mean, he's one of my favorite actors. But he's been playing this kurta pajama clad Buddha of knowledge and wisdom for the longest time. And for a man who spent 2 decades trying to get this film made, I think, he should have just sat at home and probably had a little bit of meditation with the cosmic oneness.
Is that what you meant by this? So that was Friday Double Bill for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. See you next week.